Practices: modern Stoicism. To be more valued: Stoicism. In today's fast-paced and hyper-connected world, there's a paradox that many of us face. We're surrounded by technology that keeps us constantly in touch, yet we feel more disconnected and undervalued than ever. Social media, texts, and endless notifications might fill our days, but our relationships often lack the depth and meaning we crave. Have you ever wondered why, despite all these connections, you still feel overlooked or unimportant in the lives of those who matter most? The truth is, in the noise of modern life, we often lose sight of what truly makes us valued by others: authenticity, mutual respect, and inner strength. This is where modern Stoicism comes in. Rooted in timeless principles like self-discipline, emotional mastery, and self-awareness, Stoicism offers a practical roadmap to cut through the distractions of today's world and cultivate meaningful relationships. At Stoic Secrets, we'll explore how applying Stoic teachings can not only help you discover your own worth, but also build genuine connections that make you truly valued and respected. Imagine shifting from feeling ignored to being someone whose presence commands respect and appreciation. Let's dive into the Stoic secrets that can transform your relationships and your life. A. Stoic principles for building self-value. Number 1. Find value within yourself. Finding value within yourself is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, and its relevance in modern life cannot be overstated. In today's world, where worth is often tied to likes, promotions, or applause, modern Stoicism teaches us to turn away from the fragile approval of others and anchor our confidence in our inner selves. As Marcus Aurelius observed, we all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinions than our own. This contradiction reminds us that genuine self-worth cannot be dictated by others. When you stop chasing external validation and focus on affirming yourself, you free yourself from the anxiety of being defined by others' ever-changing opinions. It's about truly knowing who you are, embracing your strengths and flaws, and understanding that your worth is non-negotiable. Let's reflect. Do you celebrate your achievements for what they are, or do you wait for recognition? Stoicism teaches us that relying on others' praise is unstable because opinions are fleeting, shaped by external circumstances beyond our control. If your self-worth hinges on that recognition, you risk being constantly unsettled. Instead, think of your value as a well within you, a source that no external storm can disrupt. This mindset builds resilience, making criticism or setbacks easier to handle because you've grounded your confidence in something unshakable. It also brings freedom, freeing you from the pressure to seek approval and allowing you to live more authentically. This process requires conscious effort. Building inner value isn't accidental. It's a practice rooted in self-reflection and compassion. You must regularly examine your strengths and limitations with honesty, accepting both as part of your unique identity. The Stoics, for instance, engaged in nightly journaling, reflecting on their actions and whether they aligned with their values. This habit of introspection helps you clarify who you truly are, separate from societal expectations, and leads to self-awareness. When you truly understand yourself, you no longer need to measure up to others' standards because you realize your worth is already inherent. Finding value within yourself doesn't mean ignoring others entirely or becoming self-absorbed. It's about achieving balance. You can still value feedback and maintain meaningful relationships, but from a place of confidence, not dependency. Epictetus reminded us, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Growth often requires letting go of the need to impress others, instead focusing on becoming your best self. True self-worth flourishes when you work on your character and values rather than conforming to others' expectations. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to tie success to external markers like social media followers or financial milestones. But ask yourself, do these metrics define who you are, or are they simply tools society uses to label you? Basing your worth on such fleeting measures traps you in a cycle of dissatisfaction. Modern Stoicism teaches us to anchor our self-worth in our character, effort, and the integrity of living by our values. Unlike external factors, these qualities are unshakable, unaffected by the shifting tides of others' judgments. This journey isn't always easy, but it's deeply rewarding. Every step you take towards self-awareness and self-compassion strengthens your sense of inner worth. Over time, the opinions of others, whether positive or negative, lose their grip on you. You no longer act as a performer seeking applause, but as someone driven by purpose and authenticity. By grounding yourself this way, you build lasting self-esteem that is not tied to external circumstances, but firmly rooted in who you truly are. Embracing Stoicism and focusing on inner value allows you to live with greater peace and resilience. This practice liberates you from the stress of seeking approval and equips you to face life's inevitable challenges with confidence. As Seneca said, "A man is as miserable as he thinks he is." Your perception of your worth shapes your life experience. When you nurture inner value, you empower yourself to approach the world with unwavering resolve. Knowing your worth isn't something to earn, it's something to realize. That, I believe, is one of Stoicism's greatest gifts for us today. Number 2. Practice patience and composure. Patience and composure are timeless virtues, yet they seem increasingly rare in today's hectic world. Think about the last time something tested your patience: traffic, a long line, or someone not meeting your expectations. Did frustration take over? It's natural, but practicing patience, a cornerstone of Stoicism, can transform how you handle challenges and how others see you. The Stoics remind us that while we can't control what happens, we can control our response. Marcus Aurelius, Amidst Political Chaos, and Epictetus, Enduring Life as a Slave, both exemplified the power of composure. Patience gives us the emotional space to pause, reflect, and choose how we act, rather than letting emotions dictate our decisions. Let me share a story. My friend Alex was anxiously waiting to hear back from a job interview. Days turned to weeks, and his frustration grew. He kept refreshing his email, consumed by the uncertainty. But one day, inspired by Stoic principles, Alex realized he couldn't control when the company would respond, only how he spent his time waiting. Instead of spiraling, he focused on learning new skills, reconnecting with friends, and enjoying simple moments. When the call finally came, his calm confidence shone through, and he got the job. What Alex learned, and what the Stoics teach, is that patience isn't just about waiting, it's about how you wait. When you practice patience, you project a quiet strength that earns trust and respect. Who do you rely on in a crisis? Someone calm and composed, or someone who panics? Patience reflects emotional control, and that steadiness builds credibility. But patience isn't just about outward perception, it's about inner peace. By letting go of the need for instant gratification or control, you begin to see the beauty in the present moment. The Stoics teach us that happiness isn't about getting everything quickly, but about appreciating what we already have. How can you cultivate patience? Start by identifying what triggers your frustration. Ask yourself, is this in my control? If not, let it go. If yes, breathe deeply and act deliberately. Practice being okay with waiting, whether it's in a coffee shop line or a more significant life moment. Use the time to reflect, observe, or just be. Patience is more than a coping mechanism. It's a skill that fosters clarity and freedom from the pressure to always act or react. The secret to mastering patience lies in applying Stoic resilience. First, embrace that life unfolds in its own time. Rushing rarely leads to better outcomes. Second, remember your ability to control your emotions is your greatest power. You may not change the traffic, but you can change how you feel about it. Lastly, see waiting as an opportunity to grow, reflect, and find gratitude. Patience isn't passive. It's an active choice to remain steady and intentional. How might your life improve if you practiced patience in the moments that test you most? What if you could respond with calm instead of frustration? Patience is a Stoic secret that leads to greater self-control and a deeper sense of fulfillment. Try it, and you'll see how much richer, intentional, and valued your life becomes. Number 3. Maintain an air of mystery. Have you ever thought about the quiet power of mystery in your relationships? In today's world of constant oversharing, holding back just a little can make you stand out and leave a lasting impression. Too often, we rush to share everything about ourselves the moment we meet someone, only to wonder why the connection doesn't feel as meaningful. The Stoics teach us that restraint is a form of wisdom, and this applies to how much we reveal about ourselves. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have." Chasing attention or approval by oversharing can backfire, leaving us feeling vulnerable and undervalued. Modern Stoicism reminds us that true worth comes not from how much we share, but from how we carry ourselves, and mystery, when thoughtfully cultivated, can be a valuable tool. When you maintain an air of mystery, you create space for curiosity to grow. It's not about being secretive, but about sharing intentionally, allowing others to discover you gradually. Imagine meeting someone new and sharing just enough to spark their interest. By unfolding your story layer by layer, you keep the dynamic alive and intriguing, whether it's in a friendship, romance, or even at work. Think about it. Don't you feel closer to someone when you uncover new things about them over time? This process of discovery makes relationships deeper and more meaningful. Mystery also protects something deeper, your inner self. By controlling how much you share, you set boundaries that protect your emotional well-being. Seneca wisely said, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you." When you share less, you're not relying on others' validation to feel valued. Ask yourself, are you sharing because you genuinely want to, or because you're trying to fill a silence or win someone's approval? Practicing restraint strengthens your sense of self and helps you avoid giving away too much too soon. This sense of mystery also keeps relationships exciting. Predictability can sometimes dull a connection, but leaving a little unknown keeps things fresh. Think of it like a great story. You don't reveal the ending in the first chapter. Instead, you let the narrative unfold naturally, building anticipation and engagement. Modern Stoicism encourages us to live this way, sharing selectively to inspire deeper connections. After all, isn't it more meaningful when someone takes the time to understand the real you, beyond the surface? This isn't about manipulation or playing games. It's about authenticity and letting relationships develop at their own pace. Epictetus reminds us, don't explain your philosophy, embody it. Instead of telling people everything about yourself, let your actions and values speak for who you are. Isn't it more powerful to let someone see your kindness, resilience, or strength through how you live, rather than through words? How do you start practicing this in your own life? Pause before you speak. The next time you feel the urge to share something deeply personal, ask yourself, is this the right time? Does this person need to know this about me yet? Think about which parts of your life you want to keep sacred, not because you're hiding them, but because they're precious and deserve to be shared carefully. When you approach relationships with this mindset, you'll find others drawn to you, not because of a facade, but because of the natural intrigue you create by letting connections unfold in their own time. Maintaining mystery is more than just a relationship strategy. It's a way to honor yourself and your worth. It allows you to protect your inner peace while giving others the opportunity to truly see and value you. Isn't that what we all want? To be valued for who we truly are, not for how much we share. So I'll leave you with this question. What parts of your life are you keeping sacred, and how could embracing a little mystery transform your connections? You've just unlocked a powerful way to elevate your value, the strength of mystery in relationships. Leave a comment with the phrase, "Mystery sparks connection," to let us know you're putting this lesson into practice. Don't forget to follow along. Every day is a crucial step on your journey to mastering yourself. Number 4, allow others to invest in you. Allowing others to invest in you is not only a cornerstone of strong relationships, but also a subtle art that can transform the way you connect with people around you. The Stoics remind us that the essence of human connection lies in reciprocity, a balance of giving and receiving that fosters mutual respect and value. When you allow someone to invest in you, whether through their time, advice, or support, you're giving them the opportunity to express their virtues of kindness, generosity, and goodwill. This isn't about dependency or weakness. Rather, it's a recognition of the truth Marcus Aurelius once expressed. What brings no benefit to the hive brings none to the bee. We are all interconnected, and by welcoming the contributions of others, you strengthen the collective bond while showing respect for their value and wisdom. Think of the last time a friend offered to help with a project or shared their insights during a difficult time. When you accepted their assistance, you not only acknowledged their capability, but also reinforced the trust between you. By contrast, rejecting help too often can inadvertently signal that you don't value their contributions or think you can do it all alone. The Stoic secret here is that relationships thrive when there's a mutual investment in each other's growth and well-being. Imagine how empowering it is for someone to know their efforts have made a tangible difference in your life. This exchange doesn't just help you, it enriches them too, giving them a sense of purpose and fulfillment. It's vital to realize that allowing others to invest in you is not a sign of relinquishing independence. Rather, it's a way to embrace interdependence, a hallmark of deep and enduring relationships. As Epictetus wisely noted, we are not isolated individuals, but part of a greater whole. By letting someone lend a hand, you build a cycle of reciprocity that uplifts both parties. The help you receive now becomes an opportunity for you to offer something in return later, creating a dynamic of shared support that strengthens your bond over time. Think about this principle in modern life. Accepting help from a colleague on a challenging work project could pave the way for future collaboration, while allowing a loved one to support you in times of need might deepen your emotional connection. By fostering this mutual exchange, you also enable others to feel valued and significant. There is profound joy in knowing you've made a difference in someone's life, and when you allow others to help you, you give them that gift. This is a key insight of the Stoics. The act of giving is not diminished when someone accepts it. It is completed. In today's fast-paced world, where superficial interactions are often the norm, embracing this deeper connection elevates relationships from mere transactions to meaningful partnerships. This principle holds immense relevance for our time, as it reminds us to move beyond shallow gestures and cultivate relationships rooted in respect, trust, and shared purpose. As you navigate your journey, remember that strength is not about doing everything on your own. It's about knowing when to lean on others and allowing them to lean on you. Building strong relationships requires vulnerability and humility, qualities that the Stoics championed as essential to a virtuous life. Let others invest in you, not because you need their help, but because you value their presence and what they bring to your life. When you do, you'll find that the bonds you create are not only more resilient, but also far more fulfilling. By embracing this Stoic secret, you'll cultivate relationships that are richer, more meaningful, and grounded in the timeless wisdom of mutual care and respect. Number 5. Cultivate independence and self-governance. Cultivating independence and self-governance lies at the heart of modern Stoicism, offering a roadmap to true freedom and personal value. The Stoics teach us that freedom doesn't come from external circumstances such as wealth, power, or the approval of others, but from mastery over our own minds and actions. As Epictetus wisely observed, no man is free who is not master of himself. Independence, however, is not about isolating yourself or rejecting the support of others. It's about standing firm in your principles and making decisions that align with your core values, undisturbed by the noise of external pressures. Think of a situation where you choose a career or lifestyle based not on societal expectations, but on what genuinely fuels your passions and aligns with your moral compass. That choice, born of self-governance, is what it means to live with integrity. When you make decisions rooted in your values, you create a foundation of respect, not just self-respect, but the respect of others who admire your courage to walk your own path. This independence extends to your emotional life as well. Emotional self-sufficiency, learning to regulate your emotions and not be ruled by them, is a hallmark of Stoic wisdom. It is as Seneca advised, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. In practical terms, this might mean pausing before reacting to criticism or resisting the urge to retaliate when someone angers you. By doing so, you demonstrate stability and resilience. Emotional independence doesn't mean you shut off your feelings or become unfeeling. It means you take full responsibility for how you respond. This ability to remain composed amidst chaos not only makes you more dependable to others, but also strengthens your ability to focus on what truly matters. In a world filled with distractions, where opinions bombard us from every direction, cultivating independence becomes an act of quiet rebellion. It requires effort to detach yourself from the constant pull of social media comparisons, societal trends, and fleeting judgments. Instead, Stoicism encourages you to anchor yourself in what you can control, your thoughts, choices, and actions. This shift not only frees you from the anxiety of trying to please everyone, but also allows you to live authentically, driven by your internal compass rather than the winds of external validation. Imagine how liberating it feels to make a decision not because it's popular or expected, but because it resonates deeply with who you are. The more you practice independence in both thought and emotion, the more resilient you become in the face of life's challenges. This resilience, in turn, increases your value. Others see you as a person of strength, wisdom, and conviction. You inspire trust because your actions are consistent and rooted in principle. For example, if you stick to your boundaries in a difficult relationship or uphold your integrity when tempted to cut corners, you not only reinforce your self-respect, but also earn the admiration of those around you. This is the essence of living with both independence and self-governance. It's about creating a life that is deeply aligned with your true self while inspiring others to value you for it. When you commit to this practice, you'll notice a transformation, not just in how you see yourself, but in how others perceive you. Independence and self-governance foster a sense of quiet confidence, the kind that doesn't need to shout to be noticed. As Marcus Aurelius advised, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. In other words, let your actions speak for your character, and let your independence reflect your strength. Modern Stoicism offers us a guide to navigate the complexities of today's fast-paced world while staying grounded in timeless principles. By cultivating independence, you become unshakable in your values and actions, a beacon of stability in a world of constant change. This practice not only enhances your sense of purpose, but also makes you a person whom others respect and look up to. It's a lifelong journey, but one that yields rewards far greater than any fleeting approval or material gain. When you govern yourself with wisdom and integrity, you don't just live, you thrive. Number 6. Prioritize yourself first. Let me share a secret with you, a Stoic secret that has stood the test of time and is just as vital today as it was 2,000 years ago. It's the idea that by prioritizing yourself, you are not being selfish, but rather laying the groundwork for a life of balance, self-respect, and value. In a society that often praises self-sacrifice to the point of exhaustion, it's easy to lose sight of your own well-being. But as the Stoics remind us, you cannot pour from an empty cup. Imagine this: you're juggling a demanding job, family responsibilities, and countless social commitments. You feel stretched thin, constantly saying yes to everyone because you don't want to disappoint. Then one day it hits you. Your energy is drained, your patience is gone, and that lingering sense of burnout begins to settle in. In this moment, you realize something has to change. This isn't selfishness. This is survival. Stoicism teaches us that in order to be of true service to others, we must first serve ourselves. Think about it like being on an airplane when they go over the safety instructions. You're always told to put on your oxygen mask before helping others. Why? Because you're no good to anyone if you're gasping for air. In life, the same principle applies. Whether it's declining a social event to rest or setting aside time for something that lights a fire in your soul, maybe journaling, exercising, or working on a personal goal, it's about honoring your needs first. For example, let's say you've been invited to a work dinner, but you're already exhausted from a long week and have been postponing a passion project. Saying no to that event and choosing to focus on yourself not only helps you recharge, but also ensures that when you do show up for work or social gatherings, you'll bring your best, most present self. This small act of self-prioritization sends a powerful message, not just to you, but to everyone around you, that your time, energy, and well-being matter. And here's the beautiful thing. When you prioritize yourself, you model self-respect for others. The Stoics believed that how you treat yourself teaches others how to treat you. By setting boundaries, you are not just protecting your peace, you're showing the world that your time and energy have value. Imagine you're at work, and a colleague repeatedly asks for help at the last minute, assuming you'll always say yes. The first time you gently say, "I'd love to help, but I have a prior commitment," you set a boundary. And what happens? That person begins to understand and respect your limits. It's not about shutting people out. It's about ensuring that your generosity is coming from a place of abundance, not depletion. Let me share a story to bring this home. A friend of mine, let's call her Maya, was known for always putting others first. At work, she'd take on extra tasks to help her team, even if it meant staying late every night. At home, she never missed a birthday party, even when she was under the weather or needed a mental health day. One day, Maya broke down. She realized she had spent so much time fulfilling others' expectations that she had lost sight of her own needs and passions. Inspired by Stoic teachings, she began to make small changes. She started saying no when her plate was full, scheduling time each week for activities that nourished her, like painting and yoga, and setting firm boundaries at work. The result? Not only did Maya feel more energized and focused, but her colleagues and friends began to admire her for the clarity and confidence with which she approached life. Maya's story is a reminder that prioritizing yourself isn't selfish, it's transformative. So, let me ask you, where in your life are you saying yes when you really mean no? What boundaries could you set today to reclaim your energy and focus on what truly matters to you? When you embrace the practice of self-prioritization, you create a ripple effect that transforms your relationships, your work, and your sense of self. And remember, prioritizing yourself doesn't mean you neglect others. It means you honor yourself so you can give from a place of strength rather than sacrifice. The Stoics understood that self-care is not a luxury, it's a necessity. When you take care of yourself, you unlock your potential to live authentically and fulfill your purpose. Prioritizing yourself isn't about shutting the world out. It's about showing up as your best self for the world. So, the next time you feel guilty for saying no or taking time for yourself, remember this Stoic secret. Self-respect begins with you. By taking care of your needs, you're not just adding value to your own life, you're teaching others to value you too. If you've made it this far, I know you're someone who values balance and self-worth. Drop a comment below with this slogan: prioritize yourself, amplify your value. Together, we'll keep learning and diving into more meaningful lessons from Stoicism. Remember, even greater things are just ahead. Number 7. Build value through consistency and integrity. Here's something I'd like you to think about. What do you believe makes you truly valued by others? For me, it's always come down to two things: consistency and integrity. These aren't just buzzwords or abstract ideals. They are the cornerstones of how you show up in the world and how others perceive your worth. Modern Stoicism teaches us that living in alignment with our values not only strengthens our sense of self-worth, but also builds a solid foundation of trust and respect in our relationships. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." To live authentically and with integrity means ensuring your actions match your words, no matter how challenging the circumstances may be. Picture this: someone who consistently shows up for their friends and family, not just when it's convenient, but when it truly matters. Maybe it's staying late to help a friend in need, or simply keeping a promise, even when life gets busy. Over time, these small yet meaningful actions build a reputation for reliability, and with that comes respect. People know they can depend on you, and that consistency becomes your hallmark. You see, in a world where it's all too easy to break promises or prioritize convenience, being the person who follows through speaks volumes. It says, "I value you and my word matters." Have you ever had someone in your life like that? Someone whose mere presence feels like a pillar of stability? That's what integrity and consistency create, not just for others, but for yourself. Integrity also challenges you to stand firm in your principles, even when the easy path tempts you. Think about a time when you were faced with a tough decision, choosing between something that benefited you personally but conflicted with your values versus the harder, more honest route. Maybe you had to speak a difficult truth, or turn down an opportunity because it didn't align with who you are. Those moments aren't easy, but they define you. They solidify your character and send a powerful message to yourself and others. You are someone who does what is right, not just what is easy. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor, once wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." Those words resonate deeply because they remind us that integrity is a daily practice, a commitment to being true to yourself no matter what. Let me ask you this. How often do you reflect on the promises you make, both to yourself and others? Keeping your word, even on the smallest things, builds a track record of trust. It could be as simple as showing up on time or following through on a casual commitment. But over time, these small acts of consistency add up, creating a reputation that others deeply value. And here's the beauty of it. It's not just about how others see you, it's about how you see yourself. Every time you act in alignment with your values, you reinforce your own sense of self-worth. You become someone you can rely on, which is perhaps the most important relationship of all. Modern Stoicism reminds us that consistency and integrity are not just tools for external validation, but paths to inner peace and self-respect. When you consistently make choices that reflect your principles, you anchor yourself in something unshakable. And in doing so, you cultivate resilience, even in the face of adversity. Life will throw challenges your way, pressure from others, temptations to cut corners, or moments of doubt. But when your values are clear, they guide you like a compass. Have you ever noticed how much easier it is to make decisions when you know what you stand for? That's the power of living with integrity. So I'll leave you with this thought. What kind of legacy are you building through your actions today? Are you someone whose word carries weight, whose presence inspires trust, and whose values shine through in every choice? By practicing modern Stoicism, you can become that person, the one others admire, the one who commands respect, not through force or manipulation, but through quiet, steadfast authenticity. As you move through your day, ask yourself, am I living in a way that aligns with my values? Because when you do, you not only create value in your relationships, but also build an unshakable sense of self-worth that no external force can take away. And that, my friend, is the true essence of being valued. Number 8. Don't make others the center of your life. In a world where social media, relationships, and societal pressures constantly nudge us towards seeking validation and approval from others, it's easy to lose sight of who you are at your core. Stoicism, however, offers a profound antidote to this. The idea that your sense of worth must come from within, not from the fleeting opinions or expectations of others. When you make others the center of your life, whether it's by constantly seeking their approval, adjusting your choices to fit their expectations, or depending on them for emotional stability, you risk losing the most vital connection of all, the one with yourself. As Epictetus wisely said, don't explain your philosophy, embody it. If your sense of worth depends on how others see you, you are building your life on a foundation that can shift at any moment. Instead, the Stoic secret lies in cultivating inner strength and autonomy, allowing your actions and choices to reflect your values rather than others' desires. When you place others' needs above your own to the point of self-sacrifice, you may feel noble for a while, but over time, it breeds resentment, exhaustion, and even emptiness. Stoicism reminds us that this pattern does not lead to harmony, but to internal discord. Living authentically means prioritizing your values, goals, and personal growth. You are not rejecting others or shutting them out. Rather, you are refusing to make their opinions or approval the compass by which you navigate your life. When you let go of this tendency, you free yourself to lead a life of clarity and purpose, one shaped by your aspirations, not someone else's script. Think of this principle in your daily life. Maybe you've hesitated to pursue a career change, follow a creative passion, or set boundaries in a toxic relationship because you fear disappointing someone else. What Stoicism teaches is that you must become the author of your story. When you reclaim this authorship, you open yourself to living a life that feels true to your values. By stepping away from the need to constantly accommodate or please others, you create a healthier balance in your relationships. People respect authenticity. When you prioritize living in alignment with your principles, you inspire those around you to do the same. This shift not only enhances your sense of self-worth, but also deepens the quality of your connections, as these relationships are now based on mutual respect and genuine alignment. Letting go of the need to make others the center of your life also liberates you from the endless anxiety of seeking their approval. Have you noticed how exhausting it can be to constantly wonder, what will they think of me? By focusing on what you think of yourself instead, you redirect your energy toward growth and self-improvement. As Seneca said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, who is poor." When you stop craving external validation, you realize how rich and full your life already is, especially when it's guided by your own values and principles. This mindset not only fosters inner peace, but also allows you to live more authentically, where your decisions are rooted in strength rather than fear. When you stop making others the focal point of your existence, you begin to reclaim your personal power. This is the Stoic secret to living with both purpose and peace. It's not about isolation or cold detachment. It's about creating space for relationships that enhance your life rather than define it. When you align your life with your own values, you naturally attract people who respect and admire you for who you truly are, not for what you can offer them. This authenticity lays the groundwork for deeper, more meaningful connections, free of dependency or obligation. In prioritizing your inner compass, you not only enrich your own life, but also set an example for those around you. By valuing yourself first, you show others the importance of living authentically, and together you foster connections that are stronger, healthier, and more enduring. By applying the principles of Stoicism to build self-value, you not only boost your confidence, but also achieve inner balance, allowing you to live a more meaningful life. Remember, your value lies in how you perceive yourself, and build it through small yet consistent actions every day. Additional key elements for applying Stoicism in modern life. Now that you've mastered the foundational principles of building self-value, let's dive deeper into how to apply Stoicism in modern life. These additional key elements will help you strengthen Stoic philosophy in every aspect, from your thoughts and emotions to your actions, offering practical, long-term value. You won't want to miss this section, where we uncover how to turn Stoicism into a powerful tool to tackle the challenges of modern life. These practical approaches could transform how you see the world and make you more resilient than ever. Number 1. Develop reflective thinking. Reflective thinking is a key practice in Stoic philosophy, offering a path to greater self-awareness, emotional intelligence, and a more meaningful life. In modern Stoicism, reflection is an active process where we examine our thoughts, actions, and emotions to grow from our experiences rather than simply reacting to them. Taking time to reflect, whether after a challenging day or a specific event, gives us clarity about our behavior and helps us learn. For instance, after a disagreement with a colleague, reflecting on the situation allows you to see not only your own perspective, but theirs as well. This deeper understanding fosters wiser conflict resolution and helps you respond thoughtfully rather than defensively. As Marcus Aurelius said, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Reflection equips you to pause, reassess, and take control of how you perceive and respond to difficulties. Practicing reflective thinking is a powerful tool for continuous self-improvement. By reviewing your actions with honesty, you identify patterns, correct mistakes, and make better decisions in the future. Without reflection, it's easy to repeat the same errors and frustrations. Think of it as holding up a mirror to yourself. It reveals your strengths and weaknesses, giving you a chance to refine your character. Stoics valued this practice deeply, often using journaling to reflect on their day. Writing down your thoughts not only helps you process them, but also ensures that your actions align with your values, keeping you on the path to personal growth and integrity. In today's fast-paced world, reflection is more crucial than ever. With distractions everywhere, it's easy to act impulsively or be overwhelmed by emotions. But by making reflection a habit, you gain the clarity and composure needed to navigate challenges. For example, in a stressful situation at work, pausing to reflect allows you to analyze the problem and respond with intention rather than react impulsively. This builds emotional resilience and sharpens decision-making. Seneca wisely noted, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Reflection helps you separate facts from the stories your mind creates, enabling you to see situations clearly and act wisely. Incorporating reflection into your daily life doesn't have to be complicated. A simple evening habit of asking yourself, "What went well today?" and "What could I do better?" can create lasting change. Over time, these small moments of introspection build self-awareness, allowing you to celebrate growth and realign with your values. Reflection isn't just about fixing mistakes, it's also about reaffirming your purpose and living with intention. It connects you to the principles of modern Stoicism, virtue, wisdom, and clarity, and helps you act in accordance with them. Reflective thinking is about taking control of your life. It empowers you to act thoughtfully rather than being ruled by impulses and to develop a deeper understanding of yourself. This journey of self-awareness not only builds resilience but also strengthens your relationships and overall well-being. As Epictetus said, "Know first who you are and then adorn yourself accordingly." Through reflection, you come to know yourself better and live with greater confidence, intention, and peace. By embracing this practice, you align your life with the enduring wisdom of Stoicism, equipping yourself to face modern challenges with strength and purpose. Number 2. Practice gratitude. Gratitude is one of the most powerful but often overlooked practices of Stoicism, a key to building a positive and resilient mindset in today's hectic world. Have you ever stopped to think about what you truly have to be thankful for? It's easy to focus on what's missing, what we want but don't have, what went wrong, or what's unfair. But when you pause and shift your focus to what's already good in your life, everything changes. The Stoics understood this deeply, teaching that gratitude turns dissatisfaction into contentment and reveals abundance where we once saw scarcity. Reflecting on things like your health, loved ones, opportunities, or even small daily joys can ground you, especially when life feels overwhelming. Instead of dwelling on what's wrong, gratitude reminds you to acknowledge what remains good, helping you stay resilient and clear-minded through challenges. Here's a story to bring this to life. My friend Mia recently faced a crushing career setback. She didn't get a promotion she had worked toward for years. Initially, she was devastated, doubting her worth and abilities. But rather than staying stuck in frustration, she decided to try a gratitude practice. Every morning, she wrote down 3 things she was thankful for. At first, it felt insincere. How could she feel grateful when she was so disappointed? But over time, her list grew. Her supportive mentor, the skills she had developed, and small comforts like her morning coffee or her dog's cheerful greetings. Her circumstances hadn't changed, but her mindset had. Gratitude helped her see the setback as just one chapter, not the whole story, giving her the strength and perspective to move forward. Gratitude isn't just about listing what's good, it's about truly feeling it and letting it shape your mindset. How often do we forget the help and opportunities that have shaped our successes? Gratitude reminds us to acknowledge life's interconnectedness, fostering humility and stronger relationships. Simply expressing thanks to someone who's helped you not only strengthens bonds, but also creates a ripple of positivity that impacts everyone involved. When you take the time to appreciate and express gratitude, you shift your focus from what's lacking to what's already abundant. This practice also allows you to live fully in the present moment. How often do we rush through life, focused on what's next, and miss the beauty of what's happening now? The Stoics understood that happiness doesn't depend on fleeting achievements, but on appreciating what's already within reach. Adopting a grateful mindset doesn't mean settling. It means grounding yourself in the present so you can move forward with clarity and purpose. This is one of the most profound Stoic secrets. Gratitude shifts your focus from striving for more to finding joy in the here and now. So let me ask, what are you grateful for today? Maybe it's something big, like your health or the love of your family, or maybe it's a small but meaningful detail, like the warmth of the sun or a kind gesture. Whatever it is, take a moment to truly feel it. If you want to deepen this practice, start a gratitude journal or make it a habit to thank the people who enrich your life. Gratitude isn't just a way to feel better, it's a way to live better. By focusing on what you have rather than what you lack, you can discover a sense of peace, fulfillment, and value in your life as it is. Try it and watch how your perspective and your world begin to change. Number 3. Control emotions with rationality. Have you ever thought about how much power you have over your emotions? It's easy to feel like anger, fear, or sadness control us, but what if I told you that you have the ability to respond to these emotions with calm and reason instead of letting them overwhelm you? One of the core principles of modern Stoicism is mastering your emotions through rational thinking. The Stoics believe that emotions aren't random. They arise from our judgments and beliefs, which are within our control. And that's the heart of it. By changing the way we think about a situation, we can change how we feel about it. Imagine facing criticism at work. Your first instinct might be defensiveness or frustration, but what if instead you paused, took a deep breath, and asked yourself, is this feedback valid? Is there something I can learn here? By choosing rationality over reactivity, you turn a potentially negative moment into an opportunity for growth. This isn't about ignoring or suppressing your feelings. Stoicism doesn't ask you to be emotionless. It's about understanding your emotions and deciding how to respond in a way that aligns with your values. Think about it. How often have you let an emotional reaction, maybe anger or sadness, lead to a decision you later regretted? When we act impulsively, we often stray from what really matters to us. Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Practicing rationality in emotional moments can lead to clearer thinking, better decisions, and deeper relationships. For instance, if you experience a major disappointment, like losing out on an opportunity you worked hard for, you might feel defeated at first. But what if you reframed it as a chance to learn and grow? How might that change the way you approach setbacks? When you view challenges with objectivity, you empower yourself to face them with resilience and confidence. This practice takes time and effort. No one becomes a master of their emotions overnight. But the key is to start small. The next time you feel anger bubbling up, take a moment to pause. Ask yourself, is this emotion helping me or hurting me? What's a rational way to respond? Over time, you'll find that pausing to think before reacting becomes second nature, and your emotions will no longer control you. Instead, you'll control them. Modern Stoicism teaches us that this kind of emotional regulation is essential for living a fulfilling and intentional life. It allows us to align our actions with our values rather than letting fleeting feelings dictate our choices. Can you see how this practice could improve your relationships, your work, and your overall sense of peace? When we master our emotions, we stop letting external events dictate our internal state. We gain clarity, strength, and the ability to respond to life in a way that's both constructive and empowering. This isn't just a tool for getting through tough moments. It's a way of life that helps us live with purpose and integrity. The next time you face an emotional challenge, how will you respond? Will you let your feelings take over, or will you pause, reflect, and choose a path that aligns with your values? By practicing rationality and focusing on what's within your power, you can create a life of resilience, growth, and fulfillment. When you're faced with strong emotions and feel like they might take over, remember that you have the power to choose how you respond, with calm and rationality. Share in the comments if you're ready to take control of your emotions and react more wisely. Comment, "I'm ready to master my emotions," to show your commitment to building the skill of emotional regulation in any situation. Number 4. Create value through service. Creating value through service to others is one of the most powerful ways to live a meaningful and virtuous life, as it aligns perfectly with the Stoic understanding of our shared existence and mutual dependence. The Stoics believed that we are all interconnected, like branches of the same tree, and that our actions ripple outward to influence the world around us. When you help others, whether by offering your time, skills, or emotional support, you're not just aiding them, you're strengthening the bonds that connect us all. Marcus Aurelius said it best: "What is not good for the hive is not good for the bee." In every act of service, you contribute to the health of the collective, creating a ripple effect that benefits both yourself and others in ways that often go beyond what is immediately visible. Take a moment to think about how a simple act, like helping a colleague with a project or listening to a friend in need, can leave a lasting impact. When you choose to serve selflessly, you're showing that their struggles, goals, and well-being matter to you. This not only fosters a deeper connection, but also reinforces your own sense of purpose and value. The Stoic secret here is to focus on the act itself, not the outcome. True service comes without strings attached, without expecting recognition or a favor in return. Seneca wisely observed, "Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness." Service is not about grandeur. It can be as small as a kind word, a helping hand, or offering your wisdom when it is most needed. These acts, though small, carry immense weight in building trust, goodwill, and respect. In our modern world, where distractions abound and self-interest often takes center stage, choosing to serve others is a radical but fulfilling practice. Think of how volunteering at a local shelter, mentoring someone who's struggling in their career, or even offering support to a family member can enrich not only their lives, but also your own. Service is an antidote to the emptiness that comes from focusing solely on yourself. It reminds you that your worth is not defined by what you acquire, but by what you give. The beauty of this principle lies in how it transforms both the giver and the receiver. By helping others, you cultivate virtues like patience, humility, and empathy, which are foundational to living a life of integrity. You also foster resilience and perspective, learning to see the world not through the lens of entitlement, but through one of gratitude and abundance. The true reward for serving others lies in the act itself. When you give freely and generously, you experience the joy of living in alignment with your higher values, which the Stoics considered essential for a life well lived. It's not about waiting for applause or accolades. It's about the quiet satisfaction of knowing you've made a difference, no matter how small. Modern Stoicism teaches us that service is one of the most tangible ways to live a virtuous life and to be more valued by those around you, not because you demand it, but because your actions naturally inspire trust and respect. As you weave service into your daily life, you begin to realize that every act of kindness or assistance strengthens the fabric of our shared humanity, creating a legacy that is far more enduring than any material achievement. Remember, every moment offers a choice to serve, and each choice shapes the person you become. You don't have to look far to find opportunities to help. Sometimes they are as close as the people around you. By practicing the Stoic secrets of selfless service, you align yourself with the timeless wisdom of the Stoics, who believed that our greatest purpose lies in contributing to the greater good. Through service, you embody the virtues that make life meaningful: kindness, compassion, and humility. And in doing so, you create a life that is not only more valued by others, but also deeply fulfilling for yourself. As you move forward, let each act of service remind you that your actions, no matter how small, can create a more connected, compassionate, and virtuous world. Number 5. Adapt to adversity. Adapting to adversity is one of the most powerful teachings of modern Stoicism, reminding us that life's challenges are not obstacles to happiness, but opportunities to grow stronger and wiser. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Life constantly presents hurdles, whether it's career setbacks, health issues, or relationship struggles, and how you respond defines not only your personal growth, but also how others perceive you. Instead of resisting or despairing in the face of difficulties, Stoicism invites you to embrace them as tools to strengthen your inner resilience and self-awareness. For instance, losing a job may seem catastrophic, but it can also be a chance to explore new passions, redefine your purpose, and grow in unexpected ways. By shifting your focus from the problem to your response, you retain control and demonstrate strength that inspires others. At the core of this principle is the understanding that while external events are beyond our control, our reactions are entirely up to us. When facing difficulties like financial struggles or personal conflicts, ask yourself whether you're reacting with blame or responding with thoughtfulness and patience. Stoicism challenges you to choose the latter, cultivating a mindset that sees hardships as temporary and filled with lessons to uncover. Every challenge carries an opportunity for growth. It's up to you to find it. By training yourself to view adversity as an opportunity, you build resilience, the ability to remain calm and clear-headed even in chaos. This perspective requires practice and self-discipline, but it transforms setbacks into stepping stones for personal development. For example, a health challenge might motivate you to prioritize your well-being or refocus on what truly matters in life. Such responses not only strengthen your character, but also inspire others, who see your ability to remain composed under pressure. In today's fast-paced and unpredictable world, modern Stoicism equips you with the tools to navigate challenges thoughtfully. Whether it's managing work stress, family demands, or the constant distractions of technology, Stoicism encourages you to pause, reflect, and act with purpose. In a society often driven by instant gratification, those who embody patience, self-control, and resilience stand out as respected and admired individuals. People value those who can face adversity with grace, seeing in them a strength that is rare yet deeply inspiring. Adversity, approached with a Stoic mindset, becomes a catalyst for growth. As Seneca said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." This doesn't mean denying pain or hardship, but embracing the strength and wisdom that can come from overcoming it. Each challenge refines your inner strength, patience, and values, allowing you to grow into a person of greater depth and capability. By practicing resilience, you not only enhance your own life, but also inspire others with your composure and determination. Through modern Stoicism, adversity transforms from an enemy to an opportunity. By embracing this perspective, you navigate life's complexities with grace and resolve, becoming more respected and valued by those who see your journey. Let every obstacle remind you of your capacity for growth, and in doing so, you'll turn even life's hardest moments into opportunities for lasting strength and wisdom. As we wrap up, remember that the Stoic principles we've discussed, finding value within yourself, practicing patience, and adapting to challenges, are not just ideas but tools for personal growth and deeper relationships. Modern Stoicism teaches us that true self-worth comes from within, not from external validation, and by embracing these teachings, we can lead lives rooted in authenticity, wisdom, and purpose. Which of these principles will you start applying today? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Stoic Secrets for more insights on how Stoic wisdom can guide us toward a life of meaning and fulfillment. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.